Welcome back, folks, to the pinnacle of the SPBL. Today is the day, the final day of the SPBL. We have had a fantastic 2024 season, and it has all come down to this final moment. We have the Scrappers, we have the Ball Hogs, two teams that have had very different paths to this championship game. The Scrappers, two-time champions looking for a three-peat. They have their core of Chris Keena, Carson Braswell, and Chris Heights. This season they have been joined by Michael Roberts, who is their third different fourth man of the past three seasons. In their first season they won with Logan Shira, and in their second season they won with Stephen Keena, who is currently a member of the Blackfriars. The Blackfriars were defeated in the semifinals by the Ball Hogs, who are the opponent of the Scrappers tonight. The Ball Hogs are led by Garrett Brooks. He is their best player. He is supported by Zach, Luke Byers, and Josh Byers. They have been a fantastic story as they were picked one of the worst teams in the SPBL for 2024 by the media. They were not given the respect that they deserved all year, and slowly throughout the year, they earned it. And today they have reached the championship game. We hope to have a fantastic game in store for you tonight. There's a lot on the line in terms of SPBL history, and there's nothing better than a game in the Corpus Christi gym. Today will live in infamy. Today will be a day where champions are crowned, giants may fall, or a dynasty may continue. Folks, we have an exciting one in store for you tonight. Tonight, what lies in my hands in front of me is all that matters. This is the 2024 SPBL trophy. This is all that is on the line tonight. This is what these players are playing for. Make sure to stick around after the game when we have live commentary on the court, speaking with players post-game, discussing what just happened in the game, and crowning our finals MVP. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back after a short break, and we will be here with the tip-off between the Scrappers and the Ball Hogs.
Tonight, only two teams still stand ready to claim the title.
What do you have to say to the rest of the league who feels that the super team only got better this offseason?
Obviously, expectations are high. Really can't even exceed what you did last season. You can only meet.
Yeah, I think the best team is the Scrappers once again. I mean, it's kind of like the Chiefs. It's like, if you have Mahomes, he's going to get the job done.
I'm surprised that they allowed this team to be constructed, honestly.
Honestly, I think the worst team is probably Garrett's team. This team, on paper, has the worst supporting cast.
Worst team, I would say Garrett's. I think Garrett is really, really good, and he could potentially carry their team. And they have good ball movement. That looks like the most obvious to pick as the worst team.
And I am actually also going to go Garrett's team. I just don't see the half-court offense, and I think that's really going to hurt them in the long run when it comes to consistently winning.
And right now, the odds are favoring the Scrappers.
All that matters is tonight. Who will win this league?
It's the SPBL. Anything can happen.
We will have a tip-off between Garrett Brooks and Michael Roberts, the two big players for each of the teams. We have Nate Byers ready to toss the tip. And we're off. Michael Roberts wins the tip, but it goes to Zach, and Garrett immediately straight down the court, lays it up and in for a 2-0 lead right out of the gate for the Ball Hogs, and that is what Garrett does. This is what you see from him game in and game out. This is what has gotten him to this point, and this is what he will continue to do in this championship game. So far, we've seen a lot of movement from the Scrappers on offense. Chris going to pull up from deep, and he misses long. Rebound out to Luke Byers, over to Garrett. Chris, not necessarily the best three-point shooter in the league, but he is a fine three-point shooter, and he is able to make you pay if you are not careful with him. And the Scrappers team doesn't have a lot of great shooting options, so Chris will have to be the one to step up and hit those shots in a game where they'll be focusing on him very hard. Luke Byers driving, finds Zach on the other side, a wide open, great pass from Luke Byers over to Zach, who gets the layup and in. Zach, not necessarily known as a scoring threat, but he's able to get the layup to go, and that is a 4-0 lead out of the gate for the Ball Hogs. The Ball Hogs look very determined right now. They look like they're going to be giving it their all. Zach defending Chris Kina, unable to stop him, and Chris goes right by him for an easy layup. Garrett bringing it back up the court. Both teams are officially on the board. It is 4-2 Ball Hogs lead. Luke taking it in, had an open layup, kicks it back out to Garrett. Garrett, at the top of the key, thinking, decides to drive in, over to Luke. Luke does not shoot the three. Luke dribbling over to the middle. Luke fakes the pass to Zach, puts it up and misses. Garrett with the rebound over Michael, gets fouled on the putback, no good. And Garrett will go to the line for 2. If there is one weakness for your 2024 MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, it is free throw shooting. But let's see if he can make it count. First free throw is good. Nothing but net from your MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Second free throw is also good, and he gives them a 6-2 lead. Not often that you see him go 2 for 2 from the free throw line, but this is the championship. He is your clutch player of the year, and those were some clutch free throws. Chris with a fantastic pass over to Carson Braswell, who could not handle it. Just over his head, slips through his hands and out of bounds. It will be Ball Hogs ball. Garrett Brooks bringing it up the court over to Luke Byers. Luke passes it down to Josh. Josh looking to post up Chris here. Turns around, fades away, does not put it up. Now he does put it up on the fadeaway. Gets the shot to fall over Chris Kina. It is 8-2 Ball Hogs, and they are scoring in a variety of ways. If you're the Scrappers, you are worried about the cohesiveness of this Ball Hogs team right now. Oh, Chris Heights with a 3 right back at them, and it is now Ball Hogs lead 8-5. Chris Heights, someone who has struggled from 3 this year and has been up and down in his career in the SPBL, fires away a 3 and gets that one to fall. Luke throws it, but it is tipped by Chris Heights and out of bounds. As I was saying, the Ball Hogs have had some very well-rounded performance so far, scoring from a lot of different players. And then the Scrappers come right back down, and you see Chris Heights, not necessarily a main offensive guy, hitting a 3 to cut into this lead. Garrett with the ball, looking for a screen from Zach. Garrett pulls up from the free throw line, and no good. Not necessarily his main shot there, but he felt that he was open enough. Rebound to the Scrappers. Chris Kina bringing it back up the court. Chris Kina finds Michael outside. Michael, who can be a three-point shooting threat. Chris Heiss screens for Chris Kina. Kina, no good on the floater. Rebound Garrett. Garrett going to push it up the floor. Over to Josh Byers. Josh tries to stop and lay it in, and he does. It is a 10-5 lead for the Ball Hogs. All 4 players, Luke has not scored yet, but we have Zach with 2 and Garrett and Josh each with 3 points. Chris Kina on the fast break the other way gets fouled. He will go to the line for 2 free throws. Chris, again, not a fantastic 3-point shooter, but we'll see if he can come through in the clutch in the championship game like Garrett did. Chris makes the front end. Chris, no good on the second free throw. And Luke Byers with the rebound. Luke going to bring it up the court, leading by a score of 10-6. We have seen some fantastic basketball here so far. Both teams already in rhythm offensively. Luke pulls up from the... He stopped at the elbow, did not shoot, gave it over to Garrett. Garrett back out to Luke. Luke's going to pull from 3, no good. And the tip rebound out from Michael, up to Carson. Carson tries to throw it up to Chris Heights. No good as Luke was there to steal it. And Luke bringing it back the other way. Luke gives it over to Josh. Luke and Josh, brothers, playing on the same team for the first time. Garrett gonna kick it out to Zach. Zach over to Luke. Luke looking to drive in. Got some good movement here from this team. Garrett being dared to shoot by the Scrappers. Michael Roberts guarding him nowhere near the 3-point line. He will pick him up at the free throw line, and Garrett is forced to hand it off to Luke. Luke pulls the three, no good. 2 straight misses for Luke from deep, and it is cleared out by Chris Heights. Given to Keena. Keena going to push it up the floor here. Chris Keena pulls up from 3, and he hits it. It is 10-9. Ball Hogs lead. Lead cut down to 1, the smallest lead of the game now for the Scrappers since it was 0-0. Chris Keena, not necessarily a great three-point shooter, as I mentioned, but 1 for 2 here to start the day. We also have Chris Heights having made a 3. And if the Scrappers can get hot from 3, it'll be very tough for the Ball Hogs to keep up. But as long as they can get their defense down and stay efficient on offense, they will have a chance. Garrett has been in the lane for a little while. He puts up the shot and gets it to go. Chris Heights calls timeout for the Scrappers. Garrett Brooks was in the paint for a little while there, but no violation was called, and they now lead 12-9. Ball Hogs out to a fast start, and this game is shaping up to be a great one. Both teams going to talk it over here. 2:30 left to go in the first quarter. We've seen a variety of scoring from the Ball Hogs. We've seen Luke really helping everyone get involved. Garrett doing what he does best. Zach finding a way to get open and convert on his opportunity. And then you have Josh Byers also putting in some work, giving them some valuable buckets here. On the other side, Chris Keena already sitting there with 6 of the 9 points for the Scrappers, hitting a 3, a layup, and a free throw. The other 3 points are courtesy of Chris Heights, who is 1 for 1 from 3. No shot attempts yet from Carson Braswell or Mike Roberts, but we know that both of them can deliver in timely fashion. Mike Roberts has been a threat from 3, but we have Garrett guarding him so far, and Garrett has not been allowing him to get any shots off, forcing Chris to try to take over this game offensively for the Scrappers. There's the whistle, end of the timeout, and it will be Scrappers ball coming out of the timeout. It'll be interesting to see if the Ball Hogs continue to try to limit other players, specifically Michael Roberts on the defensive end, with Defensive Player of the Year Garrett Brooks guarding him and leaving Zach Calife on Chris Keena. And obviously Chris Keena, with his offensive abilities, can take advantage of mismatches. Carson Braswell pulls from 3, no good on that one. He popped out for a 3 and missed it. Rebounded by Garrett Brooks. Garrett with 6 points, 6 of the 12 for the Ball Hogs. Gives it out to Zach. Zach gives it over to Luke. Luke at the top of the key, looking for a screen from Garrett. He gets the screen, starts to drive in on Carson Braswell. Decides to give it over to his brother Josh. Garrett sent another screen. Josh pulls up from 3, no good. Rebounded by Carson Braswell over to Chris. And the Ball Hogs quickly retreating out to defense, trying to prevent any fast break here. Over to Heights. Heights will pull a 3, and he is 2 for 2 today. 2 threes for Chris Heights. It is 12-12. And unlike the first meeting between these two teams, the Scrappers have hit 3 threes already today. 2 for 2 from Chris Heights, 1 for 2 from Chris Keena. And this is again, like I said, if they are able to continue to do this, it'll be very tough for the Ball Hogs to keep up. The Ball Hogs need to make sure that they are defending tightly on that 3-point line, prevent the Scrappers from hitting those threes, because despite the Scrappers' lack of 3-point shooting in general this season, they do have much more power, much more firepower on that aspect than the Ball Hogs do, and the Ball Hogs will struggle to keep up. Chris Keena misses the layup, rebounded by Zach. Luke gives up to Garrett. Garrett going to push it inside. Garrett gets the layup and makes it. That is a great layup. Gives them the lead back, 14-12. Garrett with 8 points early on in the first quarter, showing you why he was SPBL MVP. Chris going to pull up from 3. Banks it in. That is 4 threes already for the Scrappers, leading 15-14. First lead of the game for the Scrappers comes towards the end of the first quarter. Garrett going back the other way, one-on-one with Michael Roberts. Gets the layup and 1. That is the second foul on Michael Roberts already. That's something to keep in mind moving forward. gives the Ball Hogs the lead back, going to the line to take the lead by 2. No good on the free throw. Garrett already in double digits with points. Chris gonna push it up the other way. He's going in for the layup. Goes behind the back a couple times. Fancy moves. Turns around with the layup. No good. Garrett rebounds. Garrett's gonna push it back up the other way. Garrett showing that he can be fast too. Puts the layup up and gets fouled on the way up. He will go back to the line for 2 free throws. Ball Hogs still in the lead, 16-15. 21 seconds to play here in the first quarter. A hotly contested battle early on. No good from the first free throw. Second free throw is good. He felt that one. It is 17-15. Garrett now 3 for 5 from the line. He's got 11 points already in the first quarter. Chris finds Carson over on the other side, but it was tipped by Luke and out of bounds. It is Scrapper's ball. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Looks like the Ball Hogs are trying to convince the refs that Dave's call was right and that it is the Ball Hogs ball, but it is not. The Scrappers did not touch it. Carson did not touch the ball. It will be Scrapper's ball. 15 seconds here to play in the first quarter. Over to Heights. Heights is 2 for 2 from 3 already. And he hits a third. 3 for 3 from deep. They lead 18-17. 5 threes from the Scrappers here in the first quarter alone. This is some shooting that you do not expect out of this team. Garrett Brooks letting it fly from deep. His is no good. Michael Roberts with the defense with 2 seconds left. Chris fires up from deep. No good to end the quarter. Scrappers coming with a hectic quarter, leading 18-17. What a battle it is right now. 2 very different styles of play in this one. You have Garrett Brooks with 11 points early on. He's made 5 buckets inside. You also seen a layup from Zach, 2 inside buckets from Josh Byers. It is clear what this team is trying to do, and they're attacking the paint, and it has been working for them. But on the other end, the Scrappers have been letting it fly, and they have been connecting from deep early on. Chris Kina already 2 for 3 from deep. Chris Heights 3 for 3 from deep, giving them overall a 5 for 7 quarter from deep, not counting the final throwaway 3-point shot from Chris to end the quarter. And this is something that the Ball Hogs are really going to have to change in their game plan. If the Scrappers are going to be hitting from deep, they're going to need to adjust, and that gives the Scrappers exactly what they want. The Scrappers love to play inside just like the Ball Hogs, but they are letting it fly right now, and they are connecting, and that is what is giving them this lead at the end of the first quarter. We will see if there are any adjustments made from the Ball Hogs, if they're able to hone in on Chris Heights, who, again, not someone who you expect to necessarily be a fantastic scorer, but 3 threes already, 9 points, giving a half of the Scrappers' points. Chris Kina also with the other 9. These 2 have been fantastic so far for the Scrappers, but neither one is matching Garrett Brooks' 11 points right now. Garrett shutting down Michael Roberts on defense up to this point. We will see if they decide to make a switch as the Chris and Chris duo is lighting them up. On the other side of things, Ball Hogs have been very fluid on offense. They've been giving themselves some high percentage looks and connecting on them. And as long as they can continue to do that, they'll be able to put up points as the Scrappers defense has been struggling interior to start the game. But it has not mattered due to the shooting performance from the Scrappers. Ball Hogs have been defending them well inside, giving Chris just 1 layup on the inside, but the rest of the points have come from deep. They have been hitting their shots. We'll see if the Ball Hogs bank on some regression to the mean or if it is just the Scrappers' night. They've been in this position before. They're not afraid of the moment, and they will shoot those shots, and they have a good chance of connecting. Michael Roberts going right inside, trying to get him going. He gets fouled on the way in. A nice play design there from Michael Roberts, trying to get him going here. No points so far in this one. Going to the line now for 2 shots. First attempt is good, giving the Scrappers a 2-point lead now, their largest lead of the night. Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Josh Byers. Josh gives it over to Garrett. Garrett going to push it up the floor. Garrett going in on Michael. One-on-one matchup again. He gets fouled again. A third foul on Michael Roberts. That could come in big later on. Garrett going to the line for 2, 3 for 5 tonight. Garrett Brooks no good on the first one. 3 for 6 from the line. Second free throw is also short. Rebounded to Carson Braswell. Chris going to push up the court. Garrett chasing him down from the back. Zach defending him. Over to Michael Roberts. Michael over to Chris. Heights 3 for 3 from deep. Over to Keena. Keena going to pull. No, he does not pull from deep. Gives over to Heights. Over to Michael Roberts. Tries to get it down to Braswell, but stolen by Garrett. What a great defensive play. Fire defensive player of the year. Tipped out by Chris Heights. Out of bounds. Hogz ball. Down by 2. It'll be Zach inbounding for the Hogs. Zach finds Garrett in the corner. Garrett over to Josh. Josh going to take it on a screen from Garrett. Josh goes to the layup and makes it. That is 6 points now for Josh Byers. Ties it up at 19. Chris Keena bringing the ball up. Going to pull from deep. 2 for 3 on the night. Misses that one. Chris goes in, gets his own rebound. Puts the layup up. No good. Great defense from Garrett. Garrett's going to push it the other way. Chris trying to chase him down. Gets fouled. And on the floor, they call it. You see Garrett Brooks instantly will push it hard up the floor. The entire Scrappers team is trying to chase him down. He gets the foul drawn. Hogz ball. Josh going to get the screen from Garrett, just the same as the last possession. Goes in, puts the layup up, and no good. Rebounded by Chris. Chris going to slow it up and bring it back up. Looks like Garrett is signaling for a timeout on the next dead ball. Chris picks up his dribble, finds Heights on the other side of the court. Heights down to Braswell. Braswell guarded by Luke. Puts the layup up and no good there. Luke with a rebound. Timeout. Hogs. Braswell 0 for 2 now on the game. Unable to get a bucket so far. But it has not mattered as he has been afforded some fantastic buckets from the Chris and Chris duo. Only 1 point here so far in the second quarter for the Scrappers, as that was courtesy of a Michael Roberts free throw. It looks like the Hogs are going to continue to try to push the pace, and that could be difficult for the Scrappers to keep up with. Specifically, Michael Roberts, who is supposed to be guarding Garrett Brooks. He is their big guy. He is the one that they expect to be able to stop Garrett Brooks in the paint. He's been struggling to do it already, and he has 3 fouls in this one. Keep in mind that they could come and play later in the game, as once a player fouls out, so to speak, with their 6th foul of the game, the other team will receive free throw and the ball. So it is equivalent to a technical foul. This could come in big later on in the game if you have Garrett continuing to attack the way that he is and Michael Roberts continuing to defend him the way that he is. We could see a switch from the Scrappers, putting either Chris or Chris onto Garrett. Both of them will give up a little bit of size and a little bit of physicality. Chris Heights has a lot of physicality of his own, but they have their own strengths in defending, but it will be a team effort regardless to defend Garrett Brooks from getting his points. Garrett Brooks looking to the fans, asking Nate for some advice. Nathan Smith again, winner of the Horse's Ass Award. It is a traditional award in the SPBL, long time given to SPBL veterans Joe Keena and Nate Bryers. Luke with the ball, looks to drive in off of the screen from Garrett. Garrett been setting a lot of screens in this one, and is still finding a way to roll and get the ball over to Josh. Josh from mid-range, no good, and rebounded by Chris Heights. Scrapper's going to slow it up. Chris Kina over to Chris Heights. Heights over to Michael Roberts. Roberts up to Chris Heights. Kina with the ball, looking for an ISO on Zach. Luke coming over to help. Chris going to the middle, pulls up from the free throw line and hits the jumper in Zach's face to give the Scrappers the lead back, 21-19. Chris, a two-time Finals MVP, showing why he is able to win those Finals MVPs here. He is definitely motivated after not taking home any hardware from the regular season. He definitely wants to come in and make a statement, win another championship, and win that Finals MVP. He knows that in the end, that is all that matters. That pass from Luke just went between Chris Heights' legs and made it over to Garrett Brooks. Garrett unable to make the layup on what would have been a spectacular play. Chris Kina bringing it up the court, takes it in, floater over Zach, no good. Zach with the rebound. Zach pushes it up, gives it to Garrett. Garrett, the 2-on-3 here. Garrett going with a spin around, finds Luke on the other side. Luke takes a dribble, finds Josh, his brother. Josh puts it up, no good. Garrett with the rebound. Garrett with the ball, layup, no good. Garrett does not get the rebound and fouls Michael Roberts on the rebound. Michael Roberts with the rebound, and it will be Scrappers' ball going the other way, leading by a score of 21-19. Kina now with 11 points, matching Garrett Brooks on the other end. Brazzi from deep misses, hits nothing as Garrett Brooks gets the rebound. Carson 0 for 3 in this one. Would love to see him get going here. Garrett with the ball. He's out Michael defending. Garrett takes it left, goes for the layup, makes the layup. Michael cannot keep up with the quickness of Garrett Brooks right now. Garrett with 13 already. Ties it up for the Ball Hogs, 21-21. Chris gets the screen from Heights. Heights does not pull up from the top of the key. Gives over to Michael. Michael, who is still puts up his first shot of the game and no good. Hits nothing. And I'm sure that the Scrappers would love to see him to start to get more involved, start to get him going as he struggles on that first shot. Kickball out of bounds as Luke tried to give it over to Zach, who will remain with the Ball Hogs. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Garrett Brooks inbounding the ball for the Ball Hogs over to Luke Byers. Luke Byers in the corner. Takes it into the middle, gives it back out to Garrett. Garrett takes it on Carson and Michael. Michael smartly defends and does not foul. Looks like it is out of bounds on Chris Heights on the rebound. Garrett unable to get that layup to go. Great defense from Michael Roberts. Runner-up Defensive Player of the Year behind Garrett Brooks. Got Josh in the corner being defended by Chris. Josh struggling. He's trying to get stripped by these Scrappers. These Scrappers are very scrappy on defense, and they're able to come up with a lot of steals. Chris Heights led the league in steals. I'm trying to get one there. Luke being guarded by Chris in the corner. Luke picks up his dribble, gives it over to Garrett. Still guarded by Michael. Looks like Chris is coming over to help, trying to defend Garrett as best as they can. Luke with the ball gets the screen from Garrett. Luke with Michael on him, gives over to Josh. Josh from 3, no good. Defended by Chris Heights. Chris Kina with the rebound, going back the other way. Tie ball game, under 3 minutes left in the half. Chris pulls up from deep, no good on that one. Chris has gone a little cold from deep, missing his last 3 straight three-point attempts. Garrett finds Luke Byers on the other side of the court. Luke dribbles over to the top of the key. Josh with the ball, getting screened by Garrett and puts up a shot, no good. Zach with the rebound. Zach dribbles it back out, retains possession for the Ball Hogs. Garrett slowly coming in, decides not to fully attack, goes over to Josh. Josh with 6 points in this one. Goes around, pulls it back out, puts it up, no good, and it will be Scrappers' ball. Timeout, Scrappers. Minute 50 left to play here in the second quarter. We have had some fantastic performances already in this one. Chris Kina has gone a little cold from 3. The Scrappers as a whole have not been able to hit a 3 yet in this quarter after hitting 5 in the first quarter. and that could be something to monitor moving forward. Again, the three-point shooting variance in this league can be very high, and seeing that the Scrappers have been able to remain competitive even without hitting the threes, and seeing that the Ball Hogs were able to remain competitive despite the Scrappers hitting a lot of threes really shows you the variety of play styles that can be effective in this league. This score has been far lower scoring, as you've gotten 4 points from Garrett Brooks in this quarter and only 3 points from the Scrappers, with a free throw from Michael Roberts and a layup from Chris Kina. Both teams starting to get worn down clearly a little bit. That first quarter was very hectic, a lot of movement both ways. Garrett Brooks, known to be full of stamina. After all, he is the Hustle Player of the Year in the SPBL. It is honestly could be renamed the Garrett Brooks Award. He is a perennial contender for it. He has the stamina to last him throughout these games, going all out for the entire game. We got Chris Kina going to be bringing the ball up the court for the Scrappers. Getting the chance to talk it over and take a breather. Sam Satterwhite gives the ball over to Carson Braswell, who inbounds it to Chris and will kick off the last 2 minutes of the first half. Chris Heiss over to Kina. Kina down to Michael Roberts. Michael Roberts up to Carson Braswell. Braswell with the ball. Gives it down, tries to find Chris. He finds him. Chris fakes the layup one way, goes around the other way, and gets the layup to go over Zach. Some fantastic passing and some fantastic movement. Finished off by a great fake from Chris that led to a layup, giving the giving the Scrappers rather, a 2-point lead in the waning minutes of the first half. Garrett down to Josh. Josh going to step back from three. No good. Rebound, Chris Heiss. You've seen Josh take quite a few threes now. Unable to connect on any so far. He is their best shooter, but has been unable to get going here tonight. Chris with a layup missed, and the Ball Hogs will instantly push the other way. Garrett Brooks trying to get an advantage. Scrappers quickly recollect themselves over to Josh. Josh hits the mid-range this time, left open, and makes it. Josh has been being guarded by Chris for most of this game, has been struggling to get going from a shooting perspective. He's hit a couple tough layups and tough turnarounds, but he gets one there, giving him 8 points already in this one. Carson screens on Garrett. Michael Roberts passes over to Heights. Heights over to Kina. Kina looking for Brazzy, maybe screen. Looks for a screen from Brazzy. Doesn't take it. He's got one-on-one with Zach right now. Chris going to take it in, pulls up from the free throw line again. He's hit one already. He hits another one, giving them a 2-point lead. 18 seconds left to go in the half. Timeout, Ball Hogs. Scrappers leading 25-23 in what has been a lower scoring quarter. Both teams clearly adjusting defensively and have been very successful in doing so. But Chris finding ways to get buckets still, despite the defense focusing hard on him, asking for those ISOs against Zach, and he's been hitting them. Chris already in this one with 15 points, leading the way in scoring overall. And this is what Chris Kina does. He will go the whole season being the best player on the Scrappers. He will lead them to the number 1 seed. The other teams all know that he's their guy. The other teams all know that they have to focus on him defensively, and they do, but he still gets his, and he's doing so right now. 15 points here in the first quarter would be a fantastic showing from him if they're able to pull off a win, giving him a three-peat and likely a third straight Finals MVP. On the other side, Garrett has been having a fantastic game so far. He's gotten some good support from Josh Bryers, but we all know that Garrett Brooks is their guy, and he's going to try to push them over the edge. Ball Hogs inbounding, 17 seconds left in the quarter, 17 seconds left in the first half of the championship of the 2024 SPBL. Garrett Brooks gives it over to Josh Bryers. Josh Bryers is going to find Zach. Zach loses it. He was trying to cut. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Chris is going to pull it from deep to end the half. No good. And it will be End of the half, 25-23, Scrappers lead in an eventful quarter. First quarter was a win from the Scrappers by a score of 18-17. Second quarter was also a win by the Scrappers by a score of 7-6. Two very different quarters in terms of the effectiveness of each team's offense and defense. Two very different quarters in terms of the scoring style of each team. But we see Garrett Brooks down there giving us a good thumbs up, showing us that he is good and ready to go for this second half. I'm sure he is feeling the pressure right now as someone who has been unable to get over the hump. Despite winning 2 MVPs, a lot of people have started to call him a regular season performer. And these were some similar criticisms were given to players like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, who were winning MVPs before they ever actually won the hardware. And could he follow in their footsteps, being a 2-time MVP and immediately following it up with a championship in that second MVP year? He's been fantastic in this one so far. He's been getting to the hoop very well. Chris Keene on the other end doing his best. Nathan,
Yes.
Come in a little bit closer just so you get you in camera here. What have you seen so far in this game? What has surprised you maybe? What has stuck out to you? And, I guess what do you think is going to happen in the second half? Who do you think is having the edge right now?
I've been very impressed with the high scoring. I feel like this is a relatively high scoring game as far as SPBL standards go during the regular season. What stuck out to me the most is number 34 from the Scrappers is shooting 100% for 3. I feel like that's well above not only his average but the season average, and it's very impressive to see. Looks great. In addition, Chris's midi game has come to life. Not something I'm used to seeing from him. On the other side of the ball, Garrett's doing what Garrett does. I mean, he's LeBron out there, and Josh Bryars has made some nice shots. So I think we're poised for a good second half.
I'd have to agree. That first quarter was a blazing start. The Scrappers jumped out to an 18-17 lead in the first quarter, both teams scoring at will. But the second quarter was much more defensive. Scrappers winning that quarter by a score of 7-6. As we saw them struggle to make shots in the second quarter. But like you said, Chris's mid-range game started to come alive. That first quarter featured 3 threes from Chris Heights. Not a typical three-point threat, but he is 3 for 3 on the game tonight. Chris Keene also had 2 threes in the first quarter. And on the other side, like you mentioned, it is all Garrett Brooks. He has gotten some good support from Josh Bryars in the scoring department, as well as some strong, smart play from Zach and Luke Bryars. So it should be a fantastic one to end the season. We'll quick let Nate go onto the court. We're going to give him 30 seconds. He needs to hit a layup, free throw, 3, and half-court shot. Oh, never mind. He has been cut short. He has been cut short. The shortest halftime of all time, he says. Normally you would expect the halftimes to be a little longer. We will save it for the third quarter. In the third quarter, Nate will be doing the contest. Layup, free throw, 3, and half-court shot, all in 30 seconds. Chris giving us a death look right now. Does not like the on-court antics in between the halves and quarters, but he is now focused on the game. He has the Scrappers out to a 2-point lead, looking right away to get Michael Roberts going again. Only 1 point still in this game. Chris has been doing almost all the scoring so far, except for the 1 free throw from Michael Roberts and the 3 threes from Heights that were in the first quarter. Chris has been carrying the load offensively as he goes right into the paint, guarded by Josh Bryars, and gets blown by. Layup for Chris, gives him a 4-point lead right away to start the second half. Garrett bringing it up. Garrett going to take it in on Michael Roberts, gives it out to Luke Bryars. Does not shoot. Luke going to take it on Carson Braswell. Takes the shot. No good. Short. Josh Bryars with the rebound and puts it back in. Josh Bryars with a fantastic hustle play right there. Josh Bryars up to 10 points for the Ball Hogs. Some great contributions from Josh in this one. Exactly what the Ball Hogs need to complement Garrett offensively. Doing all their damage inside. So our Chris pulls up from mid-range. No good on that one. As we mentioned during halftime, he's been very strong from the mid-range so far. Not something that's necessarily a common theme from him, but he can do it when needed, and depending on how the defense is guarding him, like today, he will do it. Garrett missed the layup, and it was rebounded by Zach, and it looks like it was hit out of bounds. Ball Hogs ball. Zach inbounding the ball. Finds Josh in the corner. Josh being guarded by Chris. Steps out, gets the screen from his brother. Gives over to Garrett. Garrett gives over to Luke. Luke going off the screen. Being guarded by Carson. Luke gonna take it inside, looking for that bucket again. He took a shot last time, didn't fall. Gives out to Garrett. Garrett looking for the shot, doesn't pull it though. Pulls it from mid-range now. No good. Chris Heights rebound. And Chris Kinney gonna push it up the floor. Garrett there to help on defense. Zach guarding him. Out to Heights. Heights gets the pass stolen by Garrett Brooks. Garrett Brooks on the away, other side. Layup is good. Ties the game up. That is the hustle play you see. That is the defensive player of the year and MVP doing what he does best. Tie game. 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Chris looking for a screen from Heights. Gets it. Pulls up from three. No good. Michael Roberts with the rebound. Michael Roberts does not get to fall, and it will go out of bounds. Scrappers ball still. Zach with some strong defense inside, defending Mike, who has still not been able to make a field goal yet in this one. Braswell into Keena. Keena looking for a screen from Heights. Heights gives him the screen. Keena going to go to work on Josh Byers. Pulls up from mid-range again. Airballs that one. Braswell with the rebound. Over to Roberts. Roberts over to Keena. Keena down to Braswell with some great passing here. Chris going to take it right back in on Zach. Chris turns around, puts the layup up, and good. As someone who's played with Chris Keena a lot, that is a signature move of his. Going hard in for a layup, taking a stop, pivoting, turning around and making the layup on the other side. Gets the defender in the air. Fantastic move. We've seen it a couple times already here. Josh Byers hits a three. The first three of the game for the Ball Hogs. Finally gets one to go. He definitely feels relief after hitting that one. Confidence is increasing here as we see a hot start to the second quarter. Chris going to pull up from deep. No good. Garrett with the ball, gives it over to Josh. Josh pulls up from three again. He's feeling it. No good. Garrett with the rebound, puts the layup back in. The hustle from Garrett. The connectiveness of the Ball Hogs team. Scrappers timeout as they are down 32-29. This is the most that they have been down since the first quarter, in which the Ball Hogs got out to a very hot start. Garrett Brooks still continuing to command attention, showing why he is the Defensive Player of the Year and MVP, Hustle Player of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year. He's really doing it all right now, and he's gotten some fantastic contributions from Josh Byers, who's got 13 points of his own, but Garrett leading the way with 17 here in this one. He's even he's still trailing Chris by 2 points, who has 19 for the Scrappers. But these two, this is what we wanted to see in this game. We wanted to see the stars shine, and they are in this one. Both of them going toe-to-toe, doing what they do best, and really making the defense pay when they give them an inch. Chris definitely wanted to talk some over there with his team. Gets the inbound. Look for them to run a play here as they normally do coming out of a break. Gives it into Michael. Michael gives it back up to Chris. Over to Braswell. No shot from Brazzy. Brazzy a little hesitant to shoot after a 0-for-3 start. Chris gonna take it in. Pulls back out for three. Pulls up from deep and no good. A fifth straight miss from deep for Chris Keena. Garrett Brooks gonna push it up the floor and the other. Gives over to Josh. Josh loses it. Gets it back. Puts it up. No good. Tipped rebound. Garrett with the ball. Garrett up to Zach. Cleared out. Garrett gonna take it back in. Gets fouled. Blocking foul on Michael Roberts before the shot, it looks like. So, fourth foul on Michael. Big news. Apologies. A shooting foul, not on the floor. It was a shooting foul ruled by referee Nate Byers. 4 fouls on Michael Roberts is a storyline to watch moving forward. The crowd waving their fingers for a Garrett Brooks made free throw, and it is successful. Garrett Brooks makes the front end. Second free throw is also good. Another 2-for-2 trip to the line for Garrett Brooks. Gives the Ball Hogs a 5-point lead. This quarter has been all Ball Hogs so far. Chris going to take it inside on Zach. Chris spins around, goes for the layup. No good. Garrett helped on defense. Got the rebound. He's going to push it the other way. He is full of speed. Gives over to Josh on the other side of the court. What performance we are seeing from Garrett. He seems to have endless amounts of energy. Garrett, apologies, Josh tried to draw a 3-point foul there. Does not get the call. And it'll be Scrapper's ball going the other way. Chris pulls up from mid-range again. No good. Garrett Brooks with a rebound. Garrett Brooks going to slow it up, move him the other way. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Finds Zach wide open down by the hoop. Zach makes the layup. Zach 2 for 2 on 2 wide open layups. You start to lose attention of him. He's not necessarily a threat on offense, but if you leave him too wide open, he'll make those layups. Chris goes right in, misses the layup. Garrett Brooks pushing the other way on the rebound right away. Garrett over to Josh. Pauses.
Oh, on the ground.
We got a timeout called from Garrett Brooks before Josh did anything there with the ball in the paint. Ball Hogs with a 7-point lead in the third quarter. Under 3 minutes to go here. Fantastic performance here right now from the Ball Hogs, led by Garrett Brooks, as mentioned. He's sitting here with 21 points now, leading the game in scoring with 21. He's also got 16 rebounds already in this one. Just a fantastic showing from him. Exactly what you expect from him. He gives it all. And on the other side of things, Scrappers need to find answers soon. They really were getting some great shooting in the first quarter from Chris Heights. He's not attempted one since, as the Ball Hogs have seemed to hone in on him a little more defensively. And Chris is having trouble connecting on his layups right now, as you got a lot of Ball Hogs helping Zach out in the paint on defense when Chris drives. Garrett going to bring it up the court. Garrett takes it in, misses the layup, and rebounded by Chris. Chris going to push it the other way. 1-on-2 fast break. Slows up, pulls it back out. Looking for that ISO again on Zach. Finds Brazzy. Brazzy with the layup, no good, and Luke with the rebound. Brazzy 0 for 4 in this one. Would love to see some buckets from him. Garrett gives over to Josh. Josh finds Garrett. Garrett over to Luke. Luke gives it back to Garrett. Garrett going to pull up from mid-range runner. No good. Michael Roberts with the rebound. Over to Brazzy. Brazzy getting chased down by Garrett. Passes it back to Roberts wisely. Finds Chris Kina. Chris going to take charge of this possession. Loses the ball. Garrett with the steal. Stolen back by Heights. Oh! And a foul on Heights. We've got some controversy, some yelling right now. We got a foul called on Chris Heights, as Garrett had the steal and he was pushing it the other way, and Heights stole it back, but as he was sitting back, he looked to kind of extend his arm a little bit to Garrett Brooks. Garrett went to the ground. How much of that was force from Chris Heights? How much of that was Garrett's own running that led him to the ground? It is unknown, but the referees did call a foul. We had some pushback from Chris Kina. Had Sam Satterwhite come in and step in and try to clear the tension between Chris Kina and Nate Bryers. And in the end, it is Ball Hogs ball. Leading by 7 with 1.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Josh Bryers with the ball. Josh gonna try to get around Braswell. Spins, puts it up, and good! What a shot. Carson Braswell looks like he might be a little shaken up after that one. Josh Bryers went in there with force. He is up to 15 points in this one. Just a fantastic showing, exactly what you need out of your scoring option behind Garrett Brooks. Chris over to Michael Roberts. Michael from 3, misses. Luke Briers with the rebound. Luke over to Garrett. Garrett with the ball. 9-point lead for the Ball Hogs, the largest lead of the game for them. Scrapper's going to need to become a brick wall on defense in order to come back. Luke with a fadeaway two, no good. Luke yet to score in this one. Chris Heights with the rebound. Chris gonna work his way up to the court. Final minute left in the first quarter. Chris with the ball, pushes it inside, pulls up from mid-range, hits the mid-range shot again. 31-38, cuts the lead down to 7 points. And Chris has all 6 points this quarter for the Scrappers in what has been a tough quarter for them. Ball Hogs really opening it up here. And you see that second gear of the Ball Hogs kicking in. Yeah, Garrett Brooks consistently pushing up the court. He goes right inside on Michael Roberts again and gets the layup to go. He is quick, he has the stamina, and he will continue to go in and get his 23 points now for Garrett Brooks in this one. 23 and 17 for him. Chris Heights with the three-point shot, no good. His first miss of the game from deep. Garrett Brooks with the ball. Scrappers trying to hustle to get back to stop him. And as Garrett Brooks hits second gear, he's still got Josh out there scoring for him as well. 5 seconds left here in the quarter. Garrett Brooks pulls a fadeaway. No good, air ball. Stepping back on Michael Roberts, but it does not matter as they have a 9-point lead. Their largest lead of the game right now, leading 40-31. A fantastic showing from the Ball Hogs in that quarter. Whatever happened during halftime really helped them get there. All right, we got Nathan Smith on the court now for a quarterly show. He's got 30 seconds. I'll be on the clock. 30 seconds. 45 seconds on the clock. 45 seconds on the clock. Nate, gonna start with the layup. Ready and go. You got a free throw. You made the layup. You got a free throw now. Free throw is good. He is off to a 2-for-2 start. Only 6 seconds into this one. He's got a 3 now. He needs to make the 3 and the half-court shot. Makes the 3. He's 3 for 3. He's still got 30 seconds left. He needs to just hit a half-court shot now. 30 seconds left. First attempt from deep. No good. Unfortunately for him, he does have a rebounder. It looks like Steven with the ball for him. Second shot is no good. Much closer now. He's got 14 seconds left. Probably 2 more shots to get off in this one. He's got 5 seconds left. Misses the 3. 3, 2, 1. No good. Loses the challenge. Does not win. He had a Ferrari on the line and unfortunately does not win the car. You actually get to no. You not get another time. Yeah, you get the horse's ass. Actually, is what you get as an award. It's kind of like in order to. I mean, you might have had it with a rebounder. You did get 4 attempts off though from half court. Could not connect on any of them. Maybe another attempt or 2 would have had it. You were getting closer, but unfortunately, no. A year's worth of barbecue, a free Ferrari, whatever the prize was, he does not get it. Unable to complete the challenge live on recording. We will be back here now for the 4th quarter. Ball Hogs with a 9-point lead going into the final quarter of the 2024 SPBL season. Garrett got to be feeling great right now about his chances, and love to see him so in tune. Still have Michael Roberts defending him. Probably going to have to help out on him as he goes into the paint. You know he's going to go push in the paint. Picks up his dribble over to Luke. Sets the screen for Luke. Luke going to back it out. Takes it inside on Braswell. Puts up the shot and good. A fadeaway shot. And that is the first points of the game for Luke. Right when they need him to put a bucket up. Extend the lead. Largest lead of the game. Scrappers definitely need to get some points on the board quickly. The last 2 quarters combined, they have only scored 13 points after an 18-point flurry in the first quarter, and their 3-point shooting has totally evaporated as Garrett goes right inside with a layup, a 13-point lead for the Ball Hogs. Scrappers will need to find some scoring fast. Chris pulls up from 3, hits the 3 right when they need it. That is what we're talking about. 10-point lead now for the Ball Hogs 44-34. Going to need to put some pressure on the ball hogs here. Press them defensively. Garrett goes right inside, kicks it out to Zach. Zach holds up, gives it over to Josh. Josh pulls from deep. No good. Garrett with the rebound. Garrett taking it in, gives it over to Luke. Luke does not pull from three. Gets run by Braswell. Pulls up from three now. No good. Keno with the rebound and a foul on Josh over the back. Scrappers ball going the other way. 6.5 minutes to go in the championship of the SPBL. Keno gonna pull up from three. No good. Rebound to Garrett. And Keno has 15 straight points for the Scrappers, but it is not enough as the ball hogs keep going down, seeing some contributions from everybody. Garrett with a nice pass over to Josh. He gets an easy layup. 12-point lead for the ball hogs. Chris going to take it right in on Zach. Chris misses the layup, defended by Garrett on the help. Garrett pushing it back the other way. Chris Heights defending. It does not matter. Garrett goes right around him for the layup. It is a 14-point lead for the ball hogs, the biggest lead of the game. And this is going to be a very difficult hole for the Scrappers to dig themselves out of. Chris Kena going one-on-one with Zach here. Chris gives it over to Brazzy. Brazzy pulls up from three. No good. Garrett with another rebound and gets fouled by Chris Kena as he's trying to push it back up the floor. The Scrappers were clearly getting sick of Garrett continuously pushing the ball up the floor over and over again here in the fourth quarter when the team is clearly tired. Garrett Brooks has that second burst of energy and gives them a 14-point lead. A fantastic performance here in this one from the ball hogs. You got some great supporting players behind Garrett Brooks. You got 17 points from Josh Bryers. You got 4 points from Zach, and you got 2 points from Luke. And that leaves the other 25 points in the hands of Garrett Brooks. Garrett leading the way in this one with 25 points. Chris right behind him with 24, but it has really been the contribution of the ball hogs around Garrett that have given him an edge in this one. And just like that, this could be the end of the Scrappers' run. 2 straight championships, a fantastic season, giving them the 1 seed, having beaten every team in the league. But the ball hogs are right here, ready to take the crown from them. On the hands, on the back of Garrett Brooks. Garrett going straight into the paint, misses the layup. Great defensive pressure there. Chris going in, misses the layup, gets fouled. You saw Chris guarding Garrett there. I wonder if that switch could have been better made earlier. Chris able to match Garrett's quickness. Can't quite match his size, but Garrett's quickness has been what is dominating the Scrappers right now, with Roberts unable to keep up. First free throw is good for Chris Kena. 48-35. Chris now with 25 points of his own. Second free throw is no good. 13-point lead for the ball hogs with the ball. Over to Zach. Zach. Gary getting face guarded by Chris Kena. Oh, Josh gets his pass tipped out by Chris Heights. Chris Kena really trying to deny Garrett the ball right now. Make someone else on the ball hogs do the work and beat him. Play Michael to get down in the paint. Chris gonna put some pressure on Garrett, getting screened by Zach. Garrett goes to his left. Zach with the ball up top. Zach slowing it up. Goes over to Luke. Luke getting pressured by Braswell. Brazzy. And puts him. Oh, gets a tip. Does not matter. Zach gets the ball. Josh now with it on the wing. Garrett, top of the key. Chris going to put some high pressure on him. Gives over to Luke. Luke does not shoot. Gives over to Josh. Josh pulls from 3. Good! His second made 3 of the game, giving the Ball Hogs their new largest lead at 16 points. 20 points from Josh Bryars in this one. Just a fantastic shooting performance from him. Exactly what the Ball Hogs needed out of him. He has been the role player that has stepped up in this one. We knew that the stars would show up in Chris Kina and Garrett Brooks. And early on, it looked like Chris Heights was going to be that role player that stepped up. He hit his first 3 threes, but he just missed his second straight. 3 for 5 now. Josh Bryars misses that one. Rebound with Braswell, who calls timeout. 16-point lead for the Ball Hogs. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in this one. And ever since the Scrappers took that 25-23 halftime lead, they have been outscored by a score of 28-10. Ball Hogs winning the second half by 18 points. And it really has to be credited to that second burst of energy that Garrett Brooks has. Everyone knows that he has the most stamina in the league. He's Mr. Hustle for a reason. He's your MVP and Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He plays for 32 minutes straight, 100% effort, and it has really shown that the Scrappers have been unable to keep up with his energy. And the Ball Hogs, albeit they're not all in the best shape themselves, I would say. They're not necessarily all at the stamina level of Garrett Brooks, but they feed off of his energy. They feed off of his ability to push the ball up the floor, find them and give them good opportunities, and they have been capitalizing on those opportunities today. Got to give them a lot of credit as they have put together a fantastic performance in the most crucial time of the season. 3.5 minutes to go in this one, and Chris will pull from deep, trying to give him a quick bucket. No good. Luke Bryars with the rebound, and Scrappers are going to try to put together a fouling strategy. Lucas is on the Garrett. Garrett gets the layup. That is not what you needed. Gets taken to the ground after the layup, helped up by Chris Heiss. Right as they try to put some pressure on them, try to get some fouls going, Garrett Brooks makes them pay with the layup. Chris Kina going straight to the hoop, gets the layup to fall. Keeps the lead at 16. Garrett Brooks going to push it down on Michael Roberts. Garrett going to take the layup and good. 18-point lead again for the Ball Hogs. Garrett Brooks up to 29 points in this one. Chris with the layup, no good. Garrett Brooks with another rebound. His 24th rebound of the game. And what has been a fantastic showing. This looks like this could be all but over. Josh Bryars with the ball. Scrappers not fouling right now with 2.5 minutes left, down by 18. Looks like this run, this dynasty could be coming to an end. Getting toppled here by the Ball Hogs, a team that was given a low chance to win when the teams were first revealed. This team, not many had faith in them due to their lack of a true big man, as Chris gets the layup to go there for his 29th point of the game, matching Garrett Brooks. Foul by Braswell on Luke Bryars. As I was saying, they were not picked to be the best team for sure. It was definitely the Scrappers and the Blackfriars that were seen as the top 2 teams in this league. They were the 2 teams that, when you first saw the team revealed, they looked like they were going to be the title contenders. We thought that it was going to be a championship matchup between them. When they played in the regular season, it was hyped up as a potential championship preview. But the Ball Hogs really surprised as they were able to remain competitive with the Scrappers and Blackfriars throughout those games. They went 2-2 against them in the regular season, having to face each one twice. And then they toppled the Blackfriars again in the semifinals. and now beating the Scrappers for a second time in the championship, leaving absolutely no doubt that they are this year's best team in the SPBL. Garrett gets fouled. He will go to the line for a free throw. Minute 43 left to go in this one. 29 points now for Garrett. Can he add to his total? Folks, that is a 30-point performance in the championship for Garrett Brooks. What a fantastic showing from him. 30 points, 25 rebounds. Cannot ask for anything more out of your MVP. Misses the second free throw. Chris Keenan with the rebound. 17-point lead for the Ball Hogs. Chris pulls up from three, no good. Luke Byers with the rebound. Clears out, minute and a half left. Stolen by Michael Roberts. Michael gives over to Chris. Chris taking it on Zach, over to Heights. Heights going to pull from three. 3 for 5 on the day. Make that 3 for 6. Garrett with the rebound. Garrett getting chased down by Chris and fouled. Minute 20 left. Garrett going back to the line to add to his total. And what a story this is for Garrett Brooks. A player who, like I mentioned, he's won hardware. He's a regular season player. And as he makes that free throw, many were wondering if he was a regular season performer. We've seen that in many sports. A lot of people talk about regular season performers. Whether it's regular season performance or empty stats, Garrett was given plenty of criticism coming into this one. And he is showing why it does not matter and that he is the MVP of the 2024 SPBL season, showing why he needs to be respected on the level of Chris Kina, not only having more MVPs and Defensive Player of the Years than Chris now, but also besting him in the most recent championship with a 32-point performance. Overall, leading the game in scoring. Chris right behind him with 29. Josh Byers putting up 20 points of his own. But it does not matter as this one is coming into the closing minute. Ball Hogs getting ready to hoist the trophy, the first team outside of the Scrappers to hoist the trophy in the SPBL. Make sure to stay with us after the final horn for some post-game commentary from your champions and runner-ups as we present the finals MVP trophy. Not that it is, necessarily indicative of the outcome, not that his refereeing had anything to do with the outcome of this game, but it will always be questioned by fans of the league for years to come as to whether he was the one who really set this championship into motion for the Ball Hogs, betting on them officially to win or to stay within at least 2.5 points of the Scrappers. Chris had the layup there to cut it down to 17. Do not get the foul to go as he landed on the ground, and it will be Josh Byers going to the line. 17-point lead, 58 points here from the Ball Hogs in a fantastic offensive performance. Made free throw there from Josh Byers, gives him 21 on the day. Second free throw is no good. Tipped in by Garrett Brooks. I mean, just icing on the cake right there. 34 points and 26 rebounds from Garrett Brooks. What a performance. Chris falls down on his shot, trying to draw a foul, misses it, and it is a 20-point lead, the largest lead of the game for the Ball Hogs. 61-41 is your score right now with 1 minute to go here. Scrappers call off the defensive pressure. They're going to let the Ball Hogs end this one, winning the 2024 SPBL championship. You got a feel for the story that was the Ball Hogs. I have to admit that I myself gave them a 3% chance to win the championship at the start of the season. Albeit 3% was the third best odds. I did have them third in the league, but I had them clearly behind the Scrappers and the Blackfriars. They have completely proved me wrong. They've completely proved wrong many of the fans in the league, and they have shown why they are the champions of the 2024 SPBL. In a fantastic showing, 61-41, your 2024 SPBL champion is the Ball Hogs, taking down the back-to-back champion Scrappers in a fantastic showing. Garrett Brooks led the way with 34 points and 26 rebounds. Josh Byers helped out as well with 21 points of his own. We are very excited now to present you with some post-game commentary as we go ahead and interview some of the players. Congratulations, y'all, on winning the 2024 SPBL Championship. Fantastic performance.
Can you smooth it around?
Looks like it was a well-earned team victory. Make sure you hoist that trophy. 2024 SPBL champions, first team outside of these Scrappers to hoist the trophy of the SPBL. Congratulations, and congratulations to Garrett Brooks on being named the 2024 Finals MVP in the SPBL. Taking home yet another piece of hardware on this spectacular season. Congratulations, Ball Hogs, on the season. We're going to give you a quick interview in post-game. We got Josh Byers here with us, and Josh had a fantastic game tonight, 21 points. How do you feel about the performance that you had? What was in you tonight that gave you such a fantastic poise on offense, shooting the ball so well? Can't hold that trophy. You earned it. What do you think came into you tonight? You were being guarded by Chris Keener for most of the game, but it did not matter. You were putting up points like nobody was stopping you.
I mean, mainly it was just my teammates were getting me the ball and finding me, even though Chris was smothering me up. I feel like I got to give it all to my teammates.
Yeah, that third quarter specifically was the quarter where you all took the lead, winning the quarter by 18 points. What do you think it was in that third quarter that really propelled you guys forward? It seemed like you guys had a lot of energy, and the Scrappers were struggling to keep up with you guys, pushing up the floor, and you were giving a lot of points off. You had 2 threes in that quarter.
You had at least 25 rebounds.
I mean, maybe we got to give it to Garrett. He's our big hustler on the team, and Zach, Luke, we just got to hustle. We hustle on the third quarter, which really gave us the outcome.
Nice. All right, well, congratulations. Fantastic job in today's game. Fantastic effort. Garrett, come on over. You are our finals MVP. Love to hear from you. I was just talking to Josh about how you guys really in that third quarter really took advantage of them. It seemed like you guys had a lot of energy, and that's something that you are known for. You are, after all, the Hustle Player of the Year, MVP Defensive Player of the Year. You have all these accolades this season, and now you finally come away with your first trophy. What do you think it was about the third quarter and second half as a whole that gave you guys an edge in this one?
Well, we just kept pushing the intensity. They played a little loose, and if you do that, then we really tighten up on you, and we just keep going and going and going. That's what we did. Every rebound, instead of taking a possession, we took it as an opportunity to score.
And you were fantastic. You had 34 points and 26 rebounds. A fantastic showing. Even all the way to the very end, you had that tip in off of a missed free throw from Josh. You never stopped going. You always gave it 100%. And I guess, what do you have to say about your own performance and your teammates' performance? Josh helped you out with 21 points of his own, giving you a lot of opportunities to score around the team.
Yeah, we scored a lot. Josh really helped me. That's 55 points right there between us. And then, but you got to give it to Zach and Luke as well. They played great on defense as well. It was a team effort. They only scored 41. And, of course, they were a very talented team. Zach did a really good job of handling space as much as we could. Everyone played the defense well on each player. So we're really proud of how everyone played. I wouldn't trade anyone else on this team. We played really good. I love these guys. I don't want to chemistry. That's what a lot of these teams don't have yet. We came out the gate, we played this team and lost by 8. Learning each other, and we just need Josh a really good connection throughout the entire season. And just see it right there, we scored 55 between us. So, I'm sure we're proud of this team. We were picked to pick last, I believe, from most of the media, but that's okay. Come out on top, man.
And we did have this conversation before the game. I'll leave you with this. You were given a lot of doubt before you were an MVP winner in the past. You did win your second MVP, and people have discussed whether you are a regular season performer, whether you can actually get it done in the playoffs. And now you come away with your trophy, proving everybody wrong, and really showing that you are a threat to be reckoned with in the SPBL, regardless of who's on your team, regardless of what the other teams may look like. You need to be known as a threat to win a championship. What do you need to say to those who have doubted you in the past?
I got the hardware, man. That's all I can say. I got the hardware.
He's got the hardware. He has the trophy. Congratulations on winning the 2024 SPBL championship. And if we happen to have a 2025 season, we wish you luck. Hopefully, if you are here, we would love to see you. If not, we love to see that you went out on top as a champion.
I do want to say, I do announce my retirement from the league today. So I'm done. This is my last game. I had a really fun.
One and done.
Down on top, baby.
As you have it, Garrett Brooks now announces his retirement from the SPBL, going out on top as a champion after proving everybody wrong. Nothing left to prove in this league, taking home plenty of hardware this season. Congratulations on going out on top as SPBL champion and taking home the hardware.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, man.
Oh yeah, of course. Fantastic performances here from the Ball Hogs, and love to get Chris Keena in for an interview. Let's go over to the other side of things. We always have to look at the other side of the coin. Performances like this. Chris,
Yeah, he's gonna get
come over
some.
by us. Everyone just got really quiet. They want to hear Chris's talk here. Yeah,
My commissioner capacity or my
player capacity, and coming into today, it was very evident that the Scrappers being two-time champions, back-to-back champions, and you being a top player in the league, many viewed you as a favorite in this one, but it was very clear that the Ball Hogs were a force because they were able to steal one from you in the regular season. They had beaten the Blackfires twice. And I guess in this one, it was very close throughout the first half. Y'all were getting a lot of great shooting in the first quarter. Three-point shooting kind of went away, and with that, the scoring kind of dwindled as the game went on. You scored 18 points in the first quarter, only 23 the rest of the game. Bam! What do you think about the offense after that first quarter? I saw you try to get different players involved on multiple different occasions, but it was just a struggle to get points scored in the second half.
Yeah, we knew our shooting wasn't going to hold up. I mean, Heights is a great shooter. He made 3 for 3. I banked a 3. I've never done that before. So we knew we had to find other ways to score. And honestly, I really liked the looks I was getting on the drives. I was getting around Zach and my floaters just weren't falling. And then I just looked up at the score in the third quarter, and all of a sudden it was like a 10-point game. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, it was definitely, that was something that we had mentioned throughout the broadcast, and that the Ball Hogs mentioned as well, was their intensity. They wanted to continue to push into the second half. That's something that Garrett is obviously known for, with the stamina that he has, being the hustle player of the year. And it was something that, as we were watching, we saw Garrett continue to push the ball up the floor. There were sometimes where it looked like the team might have been a little gassed. And specifically, you had Michael Roberts starting for most of the game. Eventually, you did switch on in the fourth quarter, but by that point, it might have been too late as you were down by 14. Was that something that was in consideration earlier on?
No, Michael's done a great job against Garrett all year. He held him under 20 in both of other games, so he was going to stay on the whole time. It was kind of a big thing. We really need to get more pressure on Michael. I'm just going to pressure up if he gets around me, which he probably will. Michael should be there to help. Harder than it looks. And we had to get pressure so we had to turn it over or shoot. Otherwise, we weren't going to get the ball back. So that was the only reason we switched.
And you did end up with 31 points, including the last 22 straight points for your
Jesus.
team. There was a free throw from Michael to start the second quarter, but after that point, it was all you the rest of the game. And it's not that not that you were the only one taking shots or anything, but you were the one that was trying to deliver the scoring. And it really shows that you had to step up in the moment, but you had to step up in the moment, and you did, scoring 31 points, but 61 points given up is very tough to overcome, especially, after that first quarter we saw some hot shooting. You were still on the win by 1. Knowing that hot shooting wasn't going to continue, you really needed to try to lock in defensively, and that third quarter just really gave them a big boost as they were able to coast the game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the number, whatever it is, sure, but I felt like I missed a lot of shots in that shot. I was also, my 3 felt really good, but I was shooting a lot of threes. I was kind of just taking what the defense was giving me, and it was a lot of mid-range pull-ups and threes, which is not my game usually. But I felt like I just had to make it.
Well, congratulations on the season you had. You did have the 1 seed. Unfortunately, you weren't able to come away with hardware this season, but it has been a historic run for you and the Scrappers in the SPBL. We look to see how the league moves forward and if the league is able to move forward. But if this is the end, we love to see that. This was a fantastic season, a great game to end the season on, and we hope to see you more moving forward in the future. And regardless of what happens moving forward, we love to thank you for all the work that you put into the SPBL as both a player and a coordinator.
Everybody watching, speaking of people who have done a lot for the league, this guy right here has been the GOAT all season long. He deserved the trophy for Media Crew Member of the Year that he got. He's been putting in the work unasked and doing a lot for the league that you don't even ask him to do. So thank you, Carson.
Appreciate it. Thank you for my mic back. Chris Kima, fantastic performance, going out, unable to get a third straight championship, but he had a fantastic performance in the championship, unable to come out on top. We see the Ball Hogs coming away with the first championship for themselves in the SPBL. Unsure of what happens moving forward. Regardless of what happens moving forward, this was a fantastic season of the SPBL. Many say it was the best season of the SPBL, as we got some fantastic battles, some fantastic teams, and we just want to thank all of you for tuning in and listening in and being some fantastic fans of the league. This is Carson. I'm signing off. Congratulations to the Ball Hogs on the 2024 SPBL Championship, and congratulations to everybody in the SPBL for their performance this season. Hope to see you again soon. That is all that we have for you. Have a good one, America. Good night.